welcome to Living Out Loud Live. We are
Welcome.
we are live. This is the first show after Pride. Orlando come out with Pride Festival. Amazing. We've got a ton of stuff to talk about, and this is going to be the weirdest show we've ever done, but it's the one I've been most excited for. So buckle your seatbelts, folks. We got a lot to cover. I'm Vicki, middle-aged transgender woman, stepmom of two amazing men, and a woke rainbow mafia liberal feminist with only one true agenda: to end hate and spread love and light. Tonight, like I said, going to be very different. We did the Pride last weekend, and we were there in force. So tonight we are going to be talking about Pride, but we're also going to be talking about and putting the spotlight on the beautiful family of our sister Jaime, Laura, and my pride in her, Dennis, and their three amazing kids, especially the trans youth icon Dempsey. With me, as always, is the exceptional in her own right, Laura, who I swear wouldn't walk more than 10 steps without someone running up to her wanting a hug. She's the former Florida leader in the Free Mom Hugs movement, fierce as hell LGBTQIA plus activist, mom of two totally amazing rainbow daughters, and she just attended a training class called Transgender 101, which we definitely need to discuss as well. How are you, Laura?
I am doing very, very, very well this evening. I am getting prepared to have my sleep study done later this evening, but it's a home sleep study, so that's okay. So that's not bad at all, so it's okay. So Jaime said it best a couple of nights ago, though, to us. We have a lot to unpack this week, and she's right. So I want to make sure I keep this quick and I keep us moving along. She's an LGBTQIA plus icon, a working teacher trying to make a difference, trying to multitask in 20 different ways come Sunday, make a difference in children's lives every day, and keeping up with two teens and one tween, yet somehow she manages to get with us every Wednesday night. Welcome, Jaime.
Hello. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful to see both of your beautiful faces tonight. It really is. It's been a rough few days. So I am so ecstatic to see both of you.
Yeah. We'll get, because we've all
had roller coaster of
emotional
emotions.
roller coaster.
Absolutely.
Altogether, we are queens of the overshare, especially on the streets of Orlando during Come Out with Pride Festival. Welcome to all of you joining us live or in replay. This is an opinion show. All of the opinions are our own, so you may hear some things you don't agree with. You can join the discourse in the comments, but we just block people who try to troll us. We're going to be talking about trolls and troll hunting a lot. Fair warning, we will forget about you, especially tonight. We kind of get involved in our discussion and forget we're doing a live stream, and we try to check in on chat when we can, because this isn't a show. This is what happens when three strong women decide to change the world together. And there were big steps forward this week. All right, ready to go?
Absolutely.
We are ready. So, as always, fun and friendship comes first around here. So we're going to go around the table and share what we're drinking and some highlights of our week so far. So actually this evening, I have one of our featured themed drinks for our Halloween party, which is the spiked apple cider, and it is so good. It is with Sailor Jerry's rum, and it is absolutely lovely. I decided we needed a cheers this weekend. So I'm really, really excited about the Halloween party. We have so much going on. Jaime's making amazing cakes. I'm super, super excited about the cakes. I got to go grocery shopping.
I haven't made it yet. We'll see if I can fit it in my timeline.
Yeah, if you can't, I understand. Publix cupcakes works well.
No, I'll make a cake, but I can't say it's going to be plural. It might only be one.
If you make one, I'm literally making chili. Do you know how hard chili is to make? It's not that hard to make at all. But we're also going to have a beautiful sangria. So, and I bought enough sangria mix probably to make all of Tavares drunk. So I cannot wait. The other things that I did this week is we went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show where John and I dressed up. I went as Columbia and he went as Magenta with his full-on boobies. Anyone that is interested, I would say check them out at the Halloween party. They'll be on full display again, is all I have to say. And then, yes, I went to a Transgender 101. And what I'm going to say about that is because
What
of
did you
this
learn about those
weekend.
people? Because they're a mystery to us.
Yeah. Yeah. What I learned is we have so much more to do. Literally had somebody begin the conversation when we're mixing and mingling, and I mentioned that, my Ruthie had to leave the state. And then later, I actually excused myself at one point in time from it because they started talking about trans youth, but it was like a real slippery slope of where it was going. And somebody raised their hand and said, I don't have any trans children. However, I happen to have, my children made some bad choices as children. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And I'm like, I just spent hours on the phone in Arizona demanding them taking nasty posts down. I can't handle this woman at this moment.
Yeah.
She was lovely, but I was not in the frame of mind for Transgender 101, unfortunately. So that was my heart. So Miss Jaime, how about you?
I've been just busy outside of work, but then work has been keeping me busy. Today we had the state visiting again, and
Again?
people, yeah, they visit apparently like once every month and do walkthroughs. But I wasn't in my classroom because they pulled all of us that teach U.S. history out, and we're doing a district run through. So I was sitting in a meeting, which actually was really fruitful and productive, and I got a lot out of it. And I wasn't sure I was going to, and I was frankly kind of pissed that they pulled me out of class because I am behind and I really wanted to teach what I was supposed to teach. But yeah, no, other than that, everything outside of work has kind of been a whirlwind. Actually, a whirlwind sounds like it's fun, and it's actually more like a fucking tsunami. Sorry, I cursed.
Yeah, tornado,
That's
tsunami.
actually how I describe it later. You and your family have been going into the headwinds of a hurricane, a Category 5 hurricane.
Yeah. And
literally.
I mean, I'm used to taking it on. Dennis is he's pretty seasoned at it too. But this week really was especially difficult because they went after the boys. And so, that, and I'll talk about that later, but it's just been a lot. So, trying to juggle and multitask and everything, trying to, but I'm fine. I mean, I'm here. I am not going anywhere. And so, it's we focus on the hope and strength and the light instead of the the hateful rhetoric, because I'm not gonna fall into that hole. So yeah. But Vicki, how was your week?
Drinking? What are you drinking?
Oh, well, come on. Do I even have to say? I'm drinking wine. I think you sent me a message and asked me, do you have any recommendation of wine? I'm like, any.
Yes.
Like, any is fine. Like, I'll drink anything. Anything.
Well, I'm actually drinking a bottle that we won at the silent auction the night Laura and I met at the Spectrum fundraiser, because it's a special occasion. So, ladies, I wanted to say cheers to all of us and to our families and to the love that we share and to the fight that we are going to win. Cheers.
Woo! We will win.
Cheers.
Our first feature tonight is a brief history of Pride. For those of you who might not know what that is, besides a huge target of white supremacists in their war on woke, the puppet masters of the MAGA idiocy really don't think we are attacking children or women or trying to destroy their way of life. Pride has a target on its back for much more nefarious reasons. So we're going to start out by turning it over to our resident historian, Jaime.
All right. Well, Pride really has a long and somewhat complex history. And like everything complex we talk about here, it can be basically broken down by social and political movements through time. Here's a quick overview. First of all, in the pre-Stonewall era, there wasn't a lot of LGBTQIA plus activism at all, as a matter of fact. Homosexuality homosexuality, cross-dressing, the concept of transgender were all pretty much underground, with many in the community facing persecution, extreme discrimination, and I'll even add death. I mean, that was a very real, and it still is, but it is a very real challenge at that time.
Yeah, the bigots of today might find this strange, but even in the era of extreme persecution way back then, the community found a way to survive. So despite the best efforts to institutionalize many people, put them in institutions, lobotomize, sanitize, and eliminate the entire community, which, does that sound familiar to anybody?
Yeah. Very. Stonewall, of course, many of us know about it. Maybe our viewers don't. In 1969 was really where LGBTQIA plus civil rights movement began. Back in those days in New York City, the police hated gay clubs with regularity. They targeted them. The people that attended those clubs knew the probability of getting arrested was extremely high.
Yeah. We're going to do a real big show on Stonewall, and it's going to be amazing. So this is just a quick teaser, everybody. Don't worry.
Yeah. and transgender women were the first ones actually to throw bricks and start the riots that started the LGBTQ plus activism. It was the first anniversary of those riots inspired the first Pride March in 1970. I say march because it was really a protest. It wasn't really a parade. No, it wasn't. And the events continue to grow and spread across the United States and around the world.
Most wonderfully, each Pride Parade or festival or whatever it evolved into, wherever it was, became unique in its own challenges and became an essential part of the community in that area.
Yeah. But the burgeoning movement faced many setbacks, like the AIDS epidemic in the 1980s and 90s, which was fueled by fear and falsehoods, largely isolating the LGBTQ plus community. While our activism increased, it showed that we still had a very long way to go as a nation to combat homophobia and transphobia, as well as racism in our country. 1973 was a banner year as well. It's when homosexuality was finally removed from the American Psychiatric Association list of mental disorders. And suddenly, seeds that homosexuality wasn't a mental illness were yielding greater acceptance of LGBTQIA plus rights.
Yeah, paving the way for people like me to be able to say with conviction that we are in fact born this way, and that we are as we intended to be. That was a big, big deal. That all of that grew out of the fact that it was finally rejected as a mental defect and something to be institutionalized or criminal.
Yeah, and just as feminism had to embrace the concepts of intersectionality. That hard. Why do they have to make that word so friggin' hard?
You got it again.
And yeah, I always get that word. Intersectionality, people.
There we go.
And inclusivity. So did the LGBTQ plus activism movement. Pride remains relevant today. I mean, we saw it this weekend and backlash that came afterwards, of course, for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, because while some progress has been made, LGBTQIA plus individuals still very much face discrimination, unequal legal rights, and social stigma all over the world.
The right wing attacks it because it continues to serve a way for us to show that we are united and that we're here and that we're standing up for equal rights and protection. To show up and to show out at Pride is to be visible and to find acceptance in a community that is so vibrant and so diverse. And I'm just going to say, if you've not ever experienced a Pride, the immense feeling of love that you experience can be overwhelming.
But make no mistake, we are strong and we will not be backed into a corner for long. Our community still faces much higher rates of mental health issues, but these are due to the discrimination and social pressure that are put on us still. So the individuals who come out at Pride is a space that is it's supportive on a massive scale and on a vital scale. LGBTQIA plus people still fight for global equality in many spaces in the world. I could be killed for simply being transgender in many countries.
Yeah, I mean, and new laws that were recently passed in religious-led governments like ours that essentially outlaw LGBTQ plus individuals, period, Pride is still needed as a source of education, helping many who encounter it learn about our history, what we still struggle for, and how they can help join the fight for us.
And honestly, Pride is a celebration of the love, the unity, and the sowing of the resilience of our community. It brings people together and provides a space for joy and solidarity.
So that's a quick overview of Pride, and I'm going to apologize publicly to both of my sisters. I am learning to type with my new large fingernails, so there were so many typos that even I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
You're good. As long as you don't give me intersectionality again. And I see that Andrea is on and she wrote intersectionality, which is hilarious. And speaking of Andrea, I saw her nails today and they are on fire.
Wow.
I cannot wait. I feel like I need to go out and we need to have a nail day with the nail tech because I just want them to do my nails now.
I found a new
so
polish.
To that.
I found a new polish that if you dip it in water, it becomes clear. So you can have shit underneath it. So it's dark and it's whatever color dark you want, but if you dip it in water, it goes clear and you can have hidden shit on your nails. Yeah,
I like that.
And it's not really expensive. So
we definitely need to do a nail salon day, and we need to go to the nail salon that Andrea referred us to.
Yes.
Because what an amazing thing. There it is, Tulip Nails, Orlando
Nails.
downtown. They closed down their shop to come to the parade to see us in it.
Actually, I believe there might have been a moment where the owner of the salon came
Ran
rushing
out on the route.
in the middle of the parade.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that, but she did. She did it, and she was so excited, and I know it was caught on camera, and it's so sweet, and it's so beautiful, and definitely they are amazing, and
yes, Lily.
Yes, oh my God, it was so cute, and they brought the dog too.
Yes,
oh my God, little Chewy.
Oh, the dog.
So 210,000 people estimated showed up for Pride in Orlando. Totally against what our government expected with all of their campaign of hate, that we were going to be driven back into hiding. And I'm just going to jump into our main feature because tonight we are going to lift up some of our own. In the same way that Laura and I were the focus of the first 2 episodes of the podcast.
This one is dedicated to and all about the Jara family. They've been through a lot this week, both triumph as well as trial. The celebration of Pride with Dempsey as the youngest ever Grand Marshal was the largest gathering Orlando has ever had.
It was an absolute high point for the community. And of course, because it was such a success and because it grew rather than actually scaring individuals into retreat, it showed that we are growing stronger. Our allies are growing braver, and we will not be shut down in this state, this country, or in this world.
Yes, I do have to love the one article said that like the 200,000 people was a big, huge middle finger to DeSantis. And taking a lot of those, you know.
Oh, I'm just checking my nails. Sorry.
So yeah, just
it's still good.
And taking a lot of those Storm Force wins head on is Jaime and her activist daughter, Dempsey, with the full, beautiful, loving support of Dennis, Jaden, and Jackson behind them.
And I can only speak for myself when I say I was totally surprised and honored to be asked to walk with the family as part of Dempsey's Grand Marshal unit. We made up, I had Lisa make up these buttons.
There wasn't enough of those to keep up with the demand.
I know. When I saw them, I'm like, where did you get that? And I'm like, they're just giving them out. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I just started seeing people at Pride with them on. And I was like, that's Team Jara. Like,
But we
were,
wait,
where's that from?
we were there with our sister and supporting her family. And like I said, when one of us rise, we all rise. When they attack one of us, they attack all of us. We are strong, and we were going to be there to help you so that you didn't have to worry about stuff to capture. I brought the video camera. We're going to be going through the video that I shot. And there weren't
amazing, by the way.
there weren't too many people in our unit, so we got to see the whole thing from like car 4 in the parade. It allowed us to see Dempsey, Jaime, and Dennis shine in love, celebrating Dempsey as a transgender girl.
And
it was amazing.
Yeah, and not only that, did you share the love with us? Which honestly, I couldn't be more honored to have been there and gotten to watch Dempsey shine. But you shared the entire love with the entire rainbow community. Just as impressive was watching as our sister Jaime and her daughter spoke to the crowd of at least 2,000 people from the stage of the famous rainbow-colored Disney amphitheater at Lake Eola.
Yeah, it was so powerful. We're going to end our show with it tonight. But right now, I'm going to share a video that chronicles Dempsey's experience as Grand Marshal in one of the largest Pride celebrations in the world. And we're just going to talk over it and add our own commentary. So here we go. This is all the pre-parade.
And that's the incredible Simone Chris, the civil rights attorney, who's also honored. Oh my God, the puppy, Gracie.
The puppy.
I can bring down the sound a little bit. There we go. Yeah, Simone Chris is actually the Southern Legal Counsel. She helped with free seminars that allowed me to get my name changed. If she hadn't done that, I wouldn't have got my name changed and gender marker changed. I love her. She's amazing.
She's amazing.
You know, we just talked about nails for a moment, and I'm sorry, but could you just see me and Tina? We're checking out our nails. That's how bad I need to go do my nails.
Well, and Dempsey's nails were fierce.
Oh,
those
fierce.
stilettos were awesome.
Yes. And Jaime, can you tell us a story about this puppy dog?
Oh yeah, so that puppy is actually the newest puppy of the president of the Chamber of Pride, Daniel. It was his puppy, and I had actually been speaking to him the night before, and he said his husband was going to kill him because he didn't know he got another puppy, and he has 5. So that puppy just made a debut and was so gorgeous. These are Trixie, and I believe the partner from Hamburger Mary's. Sorry, I'm just going through and trying to see. There's Tina.
Yeah.
Like there's just
and that was Jen West, and
yeah.
I know that's Jen West and her parents.
Wow.
That actually came to Pride. Yeah.
There's Jaxie.
It was a lot of hurry up and wait,
but waiting for the car to show up.
John and Lisa.
But it was hurry up and wait with joy. I mean, everybody was just So this crowd grows enormous by the time we step off.
It does, and I did get a message from somebody that was walking behind us, and she said, I didn't realize why you were walking ahead of the Trans March, but you're one of us. It was actually on an Instagram message, and she said, now I understand why you were in front of us, because she didn't know. I mean, maybe she only saw the back of Dempsey's head.
Maybe.
But like she didn't know who Dempsey was, and so when she saw that, she was like, now it makes sense. Like that's why you are our leader, because it was very strategic. I know Robin Daly very much wanted, and the board of Come Out with Pride wanted Dempsey to lead that march. They wanted her to be part of the Trans March.
Yes. This is her ascension to the throne she sat on for the entire parade.
And she looks so fabulous. I love that the articles can't take, even the shitty articles, they can't take it away. They can't say anything. Like they go after me and that's fine, but like they can't say anything about it. The only thing they can say is, well, that's not really a girl, it's a boy.
Smile, look at the proud mama smile. Look at the proud mama smile.
I know. I love when they talk about how you taught her to do all those poses. I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah, right.
She teaches us.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I watched her stand out front of Hamburger Mary's, walk and practice in her walk, practice in her
Have you ever seen me do
flip.
that? I mean, come on. I'm in my sweatpants most of the time, so yeah.
You were dressed up very, very fancy for this. It was like 2 days in a row you got dressed up fancy.
Yeah, I know. And now I'm back in my regular black t-shirt.
And I just want to tell you something. So, I went to the Trans March sign making. So a lot of those
Yes, all
amazing
those-
signs that you see, I made, and I'm so excited. However, this free fan
Yeah, it was
is
from
what
the
I
police.
ended up using as my sign for the march.
So that was just John and Lisa and I watching Laura bop all over the place. She was going all over, taking pictures of everything and greeting everybody and being seen by everybody and being hugged by everybody and like,
Yes.
and we were all, she just can't stop.
That's true.
And there's the triumph of we're finally rolling. We were just starting to prep. It took a long time to actually get this parade moving. But
They always make us stand up at like an hour before,
Yes.
and you're standing there like just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I will say, Jackson right there in the green, he was wearing his camp out shirt, which is an amazing organization that I want to give a shout out to. And they were stoked when they saw him in the pictures wearing that shirt and representing for camp out and everything they do for the LGBTQ plus youth plus the allies, because Jackson went this past summer and was like the only straight kid there. They actually gave him the least gay award, and he just rocked it. He said, "I can't wait to go back." He was like the MC. They love him. And they,
Let me just tell you, that kid is so freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that he gets, as you know, your children, your entire family is nothing but amazing.
Well, I appreciate
Nothing
that.
but amazing. I mean,
It's hard. I tell Jackson and Jaden both, and I think I said it to a couple of reporters that day that were asking me. I'm like, it's hard to live in the shadow of Dempsey. I mean, she's a really bright light, and she's a hard act to follow. But both of the boys, and I
I'm
will
so
say,
excited about seeing my friends.
mainly Jackson, he really does it with such grace, and just he's more than an ally. He is like, he lives it every day, and he's just such an awesome kid, and
he's amazing.
I know he's
If
like
you
my
watch
middle
right
kid,
here,
and
watch this guy in the back with his umbrella, and he's signaling to his friend. And look, just watch him. Yeah, that was the emotion everybody was feeling, right? As we were taking off. Sorry, it's for me. It's the little stuff in the edges that are captured that are amazing.
But yeah, Jackson. I mean, that kid.
He is incredible.
I mean, my John. He was in the Air Force. He had to hold signs and do stupid crap, and it didn't matter. You just had to do what you had to do. But he held that sign, and he did
kept
it,
flattening out and making sure it was straight. He was like,
he
"No, we gotta make sure."
He cared, and that just he loves his sister so much, and that is just amazing.
So Andre is definitely watching. So hello, we love that you're here with us.
And Amy, I see you on here, and I hope you saw the free mom huggers that were in the film earlier that were going by, that were representing, and that Pluto that Dempsey had, that actually was one of the free mom hugs. Tracy came over and gave that to her because she stole the mayor's dog.
It's on.
This coming up.
Stole the mayor's dog, and then she got
This is my favorite moment of the whole thing. That is my favorite moment of the whole thing, because it was that moment of right before everything went out, the two of you so in love. I see it all the time. And it is beautiful that despite all of the stuff that you have to deal with that is horrible in this world, that you have this loving, powerful, passionate relationship still, and you're passionate for yourselves and each other and your kids.
My rock. He is my rock, and we're about to celebrate our 20-year wedding anniversary. Not our relationship, but our wedding anniversary.
Oh yeah.
And I love him so much. He is my best friend. He's my everything. And we've known each other since we were 20 years old, and this is our journey. We just kind of figure it out as it goes. So yeah, that was awesome. I think it was like more of like, this is a kiss, like holy shit, this is happening, and like a cheers, if you will. Like here we go.
Now,
you never know what to expect.
And how old was Dempsey for her very first march that she did?
So Dempsey was 5,
right?
So this
She
was
was 5.
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
There you go.
And so, yeah, we went from, I was looking at those pictures when she was standing with Dennis when she was just 5 years old in her rainbow dress. And I mean, yeah. And those pictures actually have been splashed all over all the news articles too. So
Yeah.
I didn't have to go far to find them because they have gone through all of our social media and pulled everything out. So
Now, technically, we haven't even hit the parade route yet. We're still
Yeah.
just coming on
this
board.
is just the beginning part.
Yeah, we're not even
I
in the
had
parade.
students that were mad because they came, but they came a little late because they couldn't find parking. Look at Laura dancing.
Yeah.
And they were like, we didn't see you. I'm like, bitch, I was at the front of the parade. You came at like 5. I'm like, we had already gone. Like, we were at the beginning.
We were gone. Yeah.
You had a speaking engagement after that.
Yeah, I did. And I almost didn't make it over there because it was a long walk from where the food was to the amphitheater. And yeah. And I have to I don't know our driver. Like, I don't know him personally. And I don't even know if he was a supporter or not. But I will tell you.
He was happy. He was happy.
He was so happy. And like in the beginning, he was super reserved. And then once he realized the energy of the crowd, he was like with the horn. Then he was with the lights. He was like, he was so awesome.
And he did it at the point where the counter protesters were spewing their
Yes, he
venom.
did.
So two things.
Yes,
He was
he
honking
did.
the horn to overpower them.
Yep.
And if you watch, Dempsey just goes.
Yes. Well, I didn't catch that when I watched it, but she's used to that. I mean, even on our show, you've seen it. Dempsey is so sassy. She just walks and like flips her hair. That's just how she rolls. She's used to it. But I will say, there really wasn't many counter protesters there. Honestly, there was like I didn't even see them. I only saw that stupid sign that they always carry.
They couldn't get parking.
Yeah. Neither could anybody else because it was like, oh, look at the dog. It was 210,000 people there trying to find parking. Shit. And we got there early. We barely found parking.
Yeah.
Are you going to listen to me talk about how I used to get drunk at this point?
Yeah. Those ladies.
Yeah, look at all those people. Look at that trans march. Look at that.
And
First time they separated it out, and it was beautiful.
Yeah. And Andrea next to us was just incredible because every second we were going by, I kept hearing "No mas pendejos." Like, it was freaking fantastic. She had that parasol, umbrella, and people were just like, "Holy shit, no mas pendejos!" And also, I will say, for all of her smiles, she was constantly checking. And there's the freaking protesters there.
Yeah, what Dempsey just doesn't care. She just doesn't care.
No. Yeah, for Andrea was just like on guard, super on guard, and was constantly checking. Like, are you okay? Like, she's looking around, making sure that everybody was safe.
We all will. We all were. She had her extended family around her, ready to take care of anything. There was a reason.
Stay in the back. Yep.
Look at that line.
There was a reason I had a big pole on my camera, and it wasn't that I needed the big pole for my camera. It was if stuff came down, Dempsey was going to be 100% protected. It was not. And there's John.
Oh, can we also bring up that it was Andrea's birthday? So
yes,
I told her that wasn't it kind of them to do a parade for her birthday?
Yes, it was. We actually gave her a corsage. She had a beautiful corsage with a butterfly on it to celebrate her birthday. And she was like, we gave it to her when we were speaking earlier in the day. And she's just love and light and such an incredible person. Period.
She's an amazing person. She brings so much joy to me.
I was drinking that water like it was wine right there.
Oh yeah, it wasn't hot, but it was like bizarrely just.
I still have a rug burn on the back of my legs from that friggin' Mini Cooper. I will plug the driver, but hello, Mini Cooper people, that's a bad design. Don't put carpet where people's legs are gonna be, because my legs were rubbed against that for that entire route, and I had rug burns on the back of my friggin' shins. Like, it was bad, and my calf. It was like.
I'm sorry, I just saw the one guy's banana hammock as we went. And that's all I could see was a rainbow banana hammock.
Oh my God.
What was amazing to me was seeing all the shirts of just allies. So many
Yes.
allies so many that weren't there because of anything else than they were there supporting somebody that they love. And that's our strength. Our strength is this unity. And that this is what scares the fuck out of DeSantis and his fucking cronies, and fuck every single one of those MAGA Trump assholes that think they're going to bring us down because they think hate will unify. Well, you know, Adolf Hitler thought that too, and look where he fucking ended up.
Yeah, exactly. I want to mention the pro-choice people because I love them, and I literally was asked about 100 times that day, can you sign a petition? I'm like, I already fucking signed it. Like, I'm here. Like,
I actually told one of the I actually told one of them, I said, we need buttons that say I've already signed.
Yes. Or just stickers. Just stickers. You know, just get stickers.
Oh, but I will tell you, so this is the event that you would get people to sign, but we would, the next day, we kind of needed to decompress, so we went over to Coco to like an antique, like, fair, like thing. And there was a person there, and people were just like, no, not interested. Like, and so then he asked me, and I'm like, I've already signed. Like, I felt bad for him. Like, you're in the wrong area. And Coco.
No, Jamie, I didn't see any of those, but you know what was prevalent on all the news, and I loved it. So many of the community were showing footage of DeSantis and his little bitch showing up at the Pride right after the tragedy with flowers, saying that they're there to support the community. And then when it serves his purpose because he wants to be a MAGA Republican asshole, he pulls this bullshit. So fuck you, Ron. You're a piece of shit.
Yes, absolutely.
With love.
And I'm actually surprised he hasn't thrown his weight around it because this is his state and this news has been so big globally. I'm surprised he hasn't made a comment yet. I'm waiting for it.
I think he's fucking afraid to. I think he's a fucking coward like he was in high school. He was a little bitch, and everybody talks about how he was a little bitch who used to put Sharpie on his own head to pretend like he had gone to some fucking party. He would make his dates talk about.
I love how we just found out that he's wearing lifts. Dude wears lifts.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ron. You're a little bitch. You're more of a little bitch than I am. Fuck you.
Vicki is in full Ron DeSantis love right now.
Yeah. Well, it is so necessary right now.
He's such a hater. I could hate him all day long.
He really is. You know, I try to choose my words wisely. That man just makes me so angry with like everything that comes out of his mouth is just.
Yes.
I don't even think he's human.
If you look up Twat Waffle, I believe there's a picture of him right there.
Well, yeah, and again, he still has never put down the Proud Boys, the fucking neo-Nazis, the KKK.
The 3%ers that run around here.
You, Ron. Fuck you.
Yeah.
In the ass with my camera pole.
Now, however, let me just tell you, do you see Miss Dempsey sitting here with her fierce little self, waving her little happy ass off?
Holding that dog.
Holding that dog the entire time. Wait.
Fixing her hair.
She's ready.
Adjusting my glasses.
Look at that.
Like
rocking out.
Look at that attitude right there. She went. I got my attitude back.
Look at how deep this crowd is. It just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the genuine love and joy and support for Dempsey in her moment was incredible.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was just truly amazing.
I was saying to Dennis right there that my arm was hurting so bad. I thought I got like new muscles. And I was like my arm on the Mini Cooper. I'm like this. I felt so stupid. And Dennis is like, stop waving with both hands because I was going like this. And he's like, stop it.
Yes, we are entitled to our anger, and the reason is we do have to let it out. Because if we don't let it out, it festers. And there has to be a safe place to let out the hatred that Twat Waffle, DeSantis, drag boy himself, I did not get one of the Rhonda Santa shirts, but I did see them at the Pride Festival.
And it was a bigger turnout.
It
They
was
haven't
the biggest
released
turnout
numbers yet.
ever. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They estimated 2010, but it might have been even larger. And that is a death stroke to these fucking MAGA asshats who think that they're going to drive us underground so that they can retain control.
And honestly, their intimidation tactics have worked, because in Florida, the state, they have shut down and stopped. Like, they haven't, but people have canceled Pride events in fear. And so, like, this was like, and I have to give it a shout out to come out with Pride on this. They were like, you know what, we ain't backing down, and we're just gonna keep on with the show, and it's gonna be family friendly like it always is. And they did it.
Oh,
like,
they had such a wonderful little the Zebra Youth area that they had over there.
Yes,
it was beautiful.
Oh, like the Jen Cousins was over there playing with. Oh my gosh, it was so great. Yes. Yes, and Jaime, I used to volunteer at a state level with Free Mom Hugs, and one of the things about going and volunteering, even if you're only going to do free range hugging, if you're going to the booth for an hour or two, the thing is you will have to be prepared for the emotional feeling that you get, because you are going to be hugging and loving, and it's emotionally exhilarating. You fill your cup and you empty your cup at the same time. It's so hard to explain. But somebody in one of the groups today said it the best. They didn't realize they needed that so much.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
And now, Vicki, this has been your second Pride Festival that you have gone to as a trans woman.
Yes.
Yes. And how did that feel?
This was entirely different. The first one, Lisa and I talk about it. The first one was our coming out, where we had fun and we partied. This, we were 100% in Team Jara mode. We were wanting to just capture and be there and do what we could, and make sure that you didn't get hugged into oblivion by all of your friends, Laura.
Well, this particular event was a magnitude that I've never seen.
Never.
I mean, I feel like I'm a reporter.
It was at least four layers deep, if not more. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we've been to so many Pride parades and marches, and sometimes multiple in a year, and I've never. I mean, we were just at Miami, in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
and
Miami was nothing.
So disappointing.
Nothing.
People were scared. There was no one there, which is such a different experience that we had when Dempsey was there at 5. And so to see all of these people and show up in defiance. Let's talk about. Let's say what it really is. This is in defiance of a government that is trying to shut this down. Absolutely. And
this
they showed
is
up
people standing up and speaking out.
Showing up is an act of defiance. It is.
Yes.
And that is why we got the backlash that we got, is because they saw the strength in these numbers. Look at these numbers.
These faces. Look at
I
these
know.
faces.
Can't use it's just pure joy. It is literally pure joy. Look at it. Look at how happy everybody is just getting to be themselves.
Yep.
And strong we are as a community. I don't think that, I'm going to say this. There's a reason they attack Pride festivals, and they wanted to call them woke, and they wanted to shut them down. It's because
people wanted pictures there with Ms. Andrea.
No, we aren't backing down, Amy. No way. We won't be quiet. I know I'm using a lot of colorful language, but
well, we're colorful people.
Kind of appropriate after the week, because we have.
They don't call us the Rainbow Mafia for nothing, motherfucker.
Yeah. We have this beautiful shining moment.
That's right. We're
and
here.
In celebration.
There goes Laura. She was nonstop. Yeah. So
yes. Well, I,
Well,
thought
I
she was
gave
gonna
my
bring her
megaphone to
scooter,
that
and she didn't even
guy.
bring it.
I gave my megaphone to the 90-day fiance gentleman.
Oh yeah, well, I didn't realize that was your megaphone. He was
Yeah.
super nice.
He wanted to keep
He
her
was
megaphone
super nice.
after it.
Yeah,
right,
we had to
but-
make sure we got that back.
but it's true, Jamie. You are about to go into the ugly. So let's talk about the aftermath
Yes.
of Pride. It is because this is very important. So,
All right, so
go ahead.
go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Please.
So this moment, this is and very much a historic moment, right? That's part of the reason why it's in all the news headlines, and it's not just like these obscure alternative sites. Like it's been in Newsweek, MSN, NBC, like it's been everywhere at this point. Like Dennis turned on his computer at work, and there was a picture of us, and it's like everywhere. And he's like, "Holy crap! It's like really trending. It's like showing up on everything." So you'd have to basically live under a rock to not know that, you know, this happened and that this was historic. You know, this
Right.
is one of the largest Pride events in the world. All right. Dempsey is the youngest Grand Marshal they've ever had, and that angered some people. And so the fact that there was this many people there celebrating, and I'm quoting directly from their articles, that these evil people would show up to celebrate this boy wearing a dress is outrageous, and that you're all gonna go to hell. So that was the start of it. I expected some backlash. Generally speaking, anytime Dempsey's in the spotlight or we're in the spotlight on a large scale like this, like for example, we dealt with this back when the show aired, when we were doing the show on HBO. They just can't stand to see her happy and us as a family, because it goes against every lie they spew about us, our being miserable, how she's confused. And
Look how deep that crowd is. Do you see how deep that crowd is? Sorry.
And this is at towards the end. Like this is like closer to the end here.
I had one asshole go, well, see, they changed her name to Dempsey and they groomed her and they did all this stuff. And I said, asshole, Dempsey was for Jack Dempsey, the male boxer.
And we actually didn't change her name. That's her birth name.
You didn't change your name, yeah. So I said, so you are an ignorant fucking tool. Sorry, take your hate, take your stupidity, and fuck the fuck off. You don't know what you're talking about.
So the one gentleman that
Numbers.
please talk about the one little gentleman in Arizona.
Oh God.
The troll, the little man that lives under a rock in Arizona.
So
the 20-year-old who almost ruined his daddy's business.
So you all know I'm a teacher, and that's public record now because I've been called the Munchausen Mama, the school teacher, the leftist, the socialist. I've seen it all. Yesterday I couldn't teach class because I was in the media center. They were doing grade checks for students, and so I was there, and I'm sitting there, and my phone is blowing up. All right, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And this has been a couple of days of this, so I kind of, figured it's going to be something. And I'm trying to be like on the down low with this because I'm not like, the kids aren't allowed to have their phones anymore, state law. And so I'm like on my phone is like under the desk, and I'm looking at it, and this guy is going to town on Dempsey's page. Okay, Dempsey's page, just writing, we're child abusers, blink twice, I'll call CPS, like all of this. And it was just it was horrible. And interesting to note that a lot of the going back and forth, there was a lot of I didn't respond because I couldn't keep up with the responses. But there was somebody that did step in and respond, like constantly going back and forth. You don't know this family. You don't know who they are. You don't know the backstory. You're a stranger. Believe it or not, he's the head custodian at my school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He was like, oh, hell no.
Right?
So he was going like head for head with this young man, and I will say young man because he is was 20 years old.
We're being kind. Yes, we're being kind.
Yeah, I'm being kind, and we're all being kind. And honestly, here's the thing. You
His
went
balls
on
still haven't
Dempsey's
dropped,
page.
let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, exactly. But he went on Dempsey's page. It's not like Dempsey went on his.
Correct.
He sought out her page and then
an 11-year-old child.
Right. This stuff. And so he did this for 2 hours. And I'm telling you, John, so much love to you. I know he's on my Facebook. He went toe to toe with him Like, you are seriously you are something wrong with you. He was like, it was like, holy crap. Like, it was incredible to see. But finally I shut it down. I finally blocked him because I was like, I can't keep up with this, and I don't want to erase all the comments. But when I blocked him, the asshole then went to my account and said, what, you can't handle the truth I spew, so you block me? Because I had reported him for 2 hours and Instagram didn't do anything. Like, they didn't do shit. So then I finally said, you know what? Let's make this real. Let's make this real. Let's make it hurt. So I posted his picture, his Instagram handle, where he works, and I said, you all know the assignment. I didn't even have to tell people what to do.
No, we all were on it.
They went on the assignment. He works for his father. And so they all went and left horrible reviews. And the people have now pulled down their pictures of their people. They have been getting.
That's a MAGA asshole. You can tell from
Yeah.
So I actually called the company. I called the company, and I got through their switch operator people finally, and she's like, "Ma'am, what are you talking about?" I said, "You have a 20-year-old there that is the son of the owner who is harassing an 11-year-old child in Florida." Hold on. Harassing an 11-year-old child in Florida. Ma'am, this is Arizona. I said, yes, and that should tell you how pissed I am. You're allowing this person. How did you get this information? What are you talking about? She's arguing with me. And then all of a sudden, that must have been when all those comments started flooding, because all of a sudden I got, wait, what are you talking about again? Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you send me those? Oh, I sure can. So I am so grateful.
You know, these trolls think they can hide behind their keyboards.
Exactly.
And unfortunately,
you can't.
for
We're
him,
done. We're done now.
Big games, you win super prizes, and you know, you want to threaten us? Fine, you can sit there and write whatever vitriol you want on my post. But you know what? We play to win, and so your business will go down. And so don't, like, I went on a whole thing with a person today, and like, she was like, but I have the concern of your child at the best interest. I mean, no, you don't. You don't know my child.
No, you
and don't tell me you know her. Oh, it's just a beautiful boy and you're changing her. I'm like, no,
bullshit.
See,
we know the story, Jamie, and let's tell it the way it is. She got so withdrawn. She was checking out. She was so depressed. Yep. It was the psychiatrists and psychologists who were like, let her be who she is.
Yep.
This wasn't
100%.
This wasn't your choice. This was a medical decision based on the best interests of the child. Fuck everyone who has any problem with that, and they can come and talk to me about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's and honestly, the thing that has been trending the most in the hateful side of this is that I just want to be famous. And honestly, nothing could be further from the fucking truth. I hate the spotlight. Shit, I don't even like selfies, okay? I would much rather be reading a book on my couch in hermit mode, okay? I don't want to be famous. Like, I really don't. I don't want to do this. I really don't. I don't want to have to constantly. Why would anybody want to constantly have to fight for their kids' right for medical care?
Why
to go to the bathroom.
Want to be transgender at all?
It's not. Yeah, this is not like that. Ooh, I want to be famous. Oh my god.
That last night is why I couldn't sit there in that 101 class and listen, because listen, I don't understand why I should have to go to a class to teach people how to be decent to other humans.
Respectful
and this
of
wasn't
other people. That's all.
This wasn't children that we were trying to get through to. This was fucking adults that had to keep being rude. And then when the bitch had the audacity, to walk past me on my way out and say, I'm sorry, your daughter felt the need to leave the state.
Oh,
bitch, I wonder why. My daughter felt the need to leave the state because you're so concerned.
Everybody's so concerned. Like, honestly, there is no concern. Like, I will put out there that these are the people who say they're concerned about our children, right? But these
No.
people have spewed such garbage and such nonsense that my beautiful and very quiet, generally speaking son, Jackson, fell down the wormhole of Twitter.
Oh,
He came home and he said, Mom, they're calling for you and Daddy's execution. And he was so upset. Like, and I was like, Dempsey's kind of like in a bubble. Cause like, Brandon Wolf reached out to us from he's now at HRC, and he reached out and he's like, HRC, wants to talk to you. Are you all okay? And I'm like, honestly, Dempsey's fine. Because
We've
Dempsey's
all been
in his
worried
bubble.
about all of you. All
Yeah.
of you.
It's more, but I've actually been more worried about specifically about Jackson, because can you imagine as a 15-year-old, like, people saying
No.
these vile,
No.
horrible things, like that we should be publicly executed.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is not like making it up. I mean, she wrote that.
I
Yep, she
posted
sure
on that
did.
Washington Post conservative bitches page. And this is exactly what I said. I said, okay, let's assume for a minute you're right. My soul is forfeit because my sin of being transgender, God hates, and I'm cast into hell. How the fuck does that affect you? Number one,
Mhm.
you
It
don't
doesn't.
give a shit about me.
correct.
So let's start there. But let's take another moment. Let's assume you're wrong,
Mhm.
because I believe, as a Christian, my mouth doesn't show it tonight because I'm very upset, but as a Christian who attends church, who follows Christ, who loves the Lord, who believes in Christ as the bridge, right?
Yep.
I am an innocent person. You are part of the hatred that is causing a genocide, and you're not a bit repentant of it. I am sorry every day for, like, my language. I will be very sorry for my language tomorrow. I guarantee it. But your sin is not repentant. So if you're part of a genocide of innocent people, what's God gonna do with you?
Yeah.
And my post got removed because it shook the bitch. Fuck her and fuck the horse she rode in on.
I love
Yeah.
the people that say, but the poor child, you don't know that poor child. Actually, I do know that poor child, and there ain't nothing poor about that child.
No, I'm waiting. Like, honestly, like, I already, this is, so let's talk about, like, just the sad reality of living this reality,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Right.
So, I'm
The
already
fun you get to have.
Yeah. Oh, the fun. So, like,
The fun.
CPS has a file on us for sure. I already know. And they generally don't come to our house because they know it's bullshit and it's like a waste of a thing. Like, they'd have to get through the gated neighborhood
the
gate,
gated
and then they'd
community.
have to come to our beautiful house, and Dempsey with her Prada bags. Like, I mean, honestly, like, it's just such garbage. But what kills me is that this is the group of people who claim they are protecting the children, but my sons, forget Dempsey for a second. Let's take Dempsey out of the equation. Jackson and Jaden have both gotten messages that your parents are child molesters. They're going to burn in hell. You should tell them to kill themselves. And by the way, you should kill yourselves too.
Yep.
These are the child protectors.
That is attacking children.
Yep.
That is a fucking felony.
And this is and this is the times we live in, and that's okay. And apparently that's okay, because I've told them, report it multiple times. They have, and nothing has happened. Like, they just end up having to block the person. And these people, it's horrible. But this is protecting the children. Who are you protecting?
Yeah.
My children are being attacked simply because they have a family that loves them. Like, it's
once again, if no matter what, even if at the very worst thing that's going on at this time with Dempsey, who's 11 years old, who's not on hormone blockers at all, who is not on anything. She's just socially transitioned.
Socially transitioned and
just
didn't even
socially
change her name.
transitioned. That is it.
Yep. But they don't understand
I mean, all you have to do is watch the video of Dempsey that we just watched when she didn't know she was being watched, and when she was repoisoning herself.
When she was sitting in the
who
corner,
she
and I came up to her,
is.
and she was playing to the camera. She was playing with her aunt, just going, okay, because we do that, because we do. Because she teaches me how to pose, not anybody teaches her how to pose.
Correct.
Well, that's why I love the articles. Like when Breitbart picked it up, I knew this shit was going to be a tsunami because I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Like, saddle in. Like, and I told you both, I texted you both, and I said, just, you better strap in because it's going to be a shit storm fucking tsunami right now.
Bring it on.
Dennis read the article, and he's like, that was the stupidest thing
writing.
It was read. He's like, did the person even, I think my students write better than that. It was I was laughing because I was like, oh my God, like, who wrote this? Like, it wasn't like, it was horrible.
The Newsweek article was the shining star. The Newsweek article had facts. It talked about children's transgender care in the U.S. It talked about all of the hormone blockers, how they're used for out of control puberty. Not just,
which, by the way, one of my nieces had to take
and
when she was like 8.
Yeah, the Newsweek article actually was straight like pulled from MSNBC. Yeah. So they actually posted it first. And what was so great about them is that of course they published our names, but they didn't put any of like the picture, like a lot of the articles have pictures of Dempsey and whatever. This was just like, they said her name, but it was fact based. Like it was like, not like, I mean, people think that Dempsey's from Long Island now because like, oh my God, wait, that's what I meant to tell you. Oh my God. So, you know, like the game of telephone where you call someone and, you know, shit gets like misconstrued from next one. So Dennis sent me a picture yesterday and it's a picture of me and Dempsey and Jonathan Bennett, the famous Jonathan Bennett from Mean Girls, right? And it says Jamie and Dempsey and her father, Dennis. So Dennis sent me a message. He goes, you traded up.
I know. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, that's not Dennis.
Wow.
Dennis said I traded up. And I was like, oh my God. So they're running this picture. It's like a game of telephone. They're literally plucking things that it just not even make sense. But apparently I'm now married to the new Dennis, the Jonathan Bennett. So
that's hilarious.
And, I mean, he's married to a man, so I guess I'm like a throuple apparently because I mean
you really wanted to be part of the family.
Welcome to the poly lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So I know we're running late. We're going to run late. Yes. I figured we were going to tonight. We got to watch Jaime and Dempsey speak twice. The first time was at 1:00 at the transgender pride stage, which was beautiful. People showed up. They were happy to hear it. The second time was in front of 2,000 people at dusk at the rainbow-colored Disney amphitheater right on Lake Eola. The speech that you both gave was powerful, and I cried not because I'm a transgender woman. I cried because my family, the people I love, stood strong and made a stand against all of this hatred. Now, I'm spewing a lot of venom because we've been through a week, all of us, and I am angry for you. And I'm not even going through everything that you're going through. And Laura we've constantly been in a frenzy of what do we do? Because
and you've been doing it. Like there's not like I've said, Vicki has reached out to me like multiple times. Like, are you okay? Like please tell me what I can do. Like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. And I'm like, I'm good. Like I just let shit roll. Like it just kind of rolls.
I was at Epcot for a team function on Thursday. And I went back to that bathroom where you defended me, and I pulled out a whole bunch of paper towels. I am ready to paper cut a bunch of bitches with those paper towels.
They're gonna paper cut bitches.
It's paper cut kung fu.
Right. You've heard of Fruit Ninja? Paper cut ninja.
I love Fruit Ninja. I haven't played that in a while. Well, this is the first time I'm seeing this back. I haven't seen my speech. I just know when I was delivering it. I'm so glad they had a podium, so like my hands didn't shake.
You're gonna hear me screaming a lot.
Yeah, that's okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
I got a job and I didn't do it. Always finish the task, people. Always finish the task. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome to the stage the Jaras. That's where you make some noise. Come on. Look, Grand Marshal here.
Happy Pride, Orlando. My name is Jaime Jara, and I am a high school history teacher and the founder and lead coordinator for Moms for Hope. Please find me after so you can find out more about it.
which is a strike force of parents and educators who are dedicated to fighting back against anti-trans laws and paving the way for transgender equality in the state. I am also a mom of 3, including my youngest kiddo, Dempsey. You may also recognize our family from HBO's We're Here series, when we invited Shangela, Bob the drag queen, and Eureka O'Hara into our home to help share our story of our family's journey and our challenges in the state of Florida. Today we gather here not as victims, but as warriors. Warriors who have the courage to stand up and the strength to fight back and the resilience to never give up. Life has a way of testing us. It throws challenges at us, pushes us to our limits, and sometimes it knocks us down. But what defines us is not how many times we fall, but how many times we get back up. We are not defined by the adversities we face, but how we respond to them. We can choose to surrender, or we can choose to fight back. And today, we choose to fight back. Now, fighting back is not about aggression or violence. It's about standing up for what's right. It's about refusing to be silenced. It's about demanding justice and equality for all the LGBTQ+ community, especially our trans community. Fighting back is about resilience. It's about facing our fears, overcoming our obstacles, and turning our setbacks into comebacks. It's about proving to ourselves and to the world that we are stronger than they think, and stronger than they think we are. All those hateful people in the world out there need to go home and sit in judgment of themselves.
Yes.
Absolutely.
My beautiful child is constantly under attack simply for existing as a transgender person in this world and in this state.
And
As
they
a
proved
mom,
that again.
It is heartbreaking. I will always stand against any forces that threaten her and this beautiful, colorful community. The moment is now. Our backs are to the corner. We all must stand up, and we all must fight. There is nowhere to run, and there is nowhere to hide. The time is now. We have the power to shape the future, but with great power comes great responsibility. We must ensure that our actions today do not compromise the well-being of our community tomorrow. Take the time to take care of yourself and check up on others. And remember, we are not alone in this fight. We have each other, our community, and we have the power of unity. Together, we are stronger, and we can overcome anything. Together, we can change the world. So let's stand strong. Let's stand together. Let's fight back, not with hatred, but with love. Not with fear, but with courage. Not with despair, but with hope. And now, I pass the mic to my little superstar, who is blazing an unparalleled trail of her own.
God, you can still hear me.
2,000 people. This child is incredible. It
Right?
takes a lot for an adult to stand up.
Hello
She's
everyone,
11.
my name is Dempsey Jara and I'm about to turn 12 years old. I'm one of your Grand Marshals for Come Out with Pride this year. In fact, I'm the youngest in history. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. Today, we celebrate the transgender community, a community that teaches us the power of living our truth. Being transgender is not about a choice. It's about being true to myself. It's about embracing who I am, even when the world tries to tell me otherwise. It's about standing tall in my identity, even when it's really hard. We celebrate the transgender community not just for their courage, but also for their contributions. Trans people are my friends, my family, and my biggest heroes. We are artists, scientists, leaders, and change makers. We enhance society with our talents, our perspectives, and our hearts. I'm so proud to be a part of such a magical community.
Now I know why my voice sounds like this, by the way.
Today, our celebration is not just about pride. It's also about solidarity. It's about standing with us in the transgender community in our fight for equality, for acceptance, and for respect. It's about acknowledging the challenges we face and committing to be allies alongside us. Change doesn't happen overnight. It requires persistence, courage, and collective action. It requires each one of us to step up and do our part. It requires us to stand together, even when the odds are against us. No matter how hard it gets here in Florida, I will always have hope.
Well, at least now I know why my throat feels like this.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my God. I couldn't speak for 2 days. Andrea, you're right. Trans is magic. As a matter of fact, I have the cross stitch from Space Coast Pride that says trans is magic right up there on my wall. These ladies that are with me are magic, and I often wonder what I bring to the table. But I tell you, that girl, I would give my life for that girl. She is our future. She is our hope, and she is going to change the world. Then the stuff that we can't do, that she's going to have to face, the ugly that we worked so hard to try and make sure she doesn't have to experience. She's on the cusp, and we know she will still rise above it all because she is fucking amazing. And
She's so
fierce.
secure in who she is.
I'm scared of her.
Most importantly,
I live in her shadow mostly.
most importantly, she taught me to open a Coke can with my nails.
Oh, shit.
She's a beast.
So she's a humanitarian too.
She gives
Helping
back.
a sister out.
So this is a little surprise for Jamie. We didn't talk about what we were doing, but we have
We didn't.
segment on the show. I'm gonna run the new bumper.
Oh.
I am very excited tonight to bring to everyone the Trans Joy Spotlight Series. This segment will feature positive stories from within the trans community or important activists from within the trans community. It's important for us to tackle difficult topics from time to time on our show, but the main goal of our show is to promote love and light, and with a dash of sass, of course, thrown in because it is us. So to close it out each show, we're going to bring the love and light back, and we're going to be bringing you the Trans Joy Spotlight segment. So here we go. Unbeknownst to her,
Because she hates the spotlight.
fucking hates the spotlight.
If we had told her we were going to do this,
She would not have shown up.
Or something.
She would not have shown up this evening. So Jaime Jara is the Trans Joy Spotlight. And the one thing that I'm going to say before this is I know how amazing Dempsey is. I see Dempsey and I know how amazing she is. But Dempsey does not take herself to Walgreens to get the markers and the poster board to make the signs. Dempsey's not the one making sure that she has everything she needs to be protected and loved and nurtured. And that is you providing that to her. I asked you how long it has been since Dempsey had been going, but that's how long you've been taking her. You've been putting yourself in an uncomfortable position where you don't want to be because you're doing what is right by your child and for your child. So
keep
for
her
every
alive based on
single
what you needed to do.
Yes. Not because you want to by any means, but because this is the only way for your child to survive and to thrive. So Jaime is a woman who wears many hats. She's a wife, a mom to 2 teenage boys and 1 preteen daughter, as well as a teacher to many. When she's not busy with the day-to-day responsibilities comes with
And wait a
all
minute.
that.
Sorry, Laura, I have to interrupt.
Yes.
She's a teacher of minority children. Of
Yes.
People that need to hear history most of all, while her hands are tied behind her back and she's blindfolded and they're trying to put headphones on her ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lynch her at this point, quite honestly.
Yeah.
So when she's not busy with the day-to-day responsibilities comes with that, she lends her voice and perspective as a parent of a transgender child to shed light on the challenges faced by the trans community. Jaime is an active member of many national LGBTQIA plus organizations. However, she has recently founded Moms for Hope, which we will let Jaime talk about to her heart's content. This year, she has spent some time even on the front lawn of the White House as a result of her dedication to the transgender community. Jaime gave 2 speeches touring Orlando Come Out with Pride, which was attended by over 200,000 people. And she's scheduled for another speaking engagement this coming weekend.
Right after our party. Guess who's going to be there?
So, and to quote Jaime, I refuse to go quietly. Jaime is quoted saying for an interview for season 3 of the Max reality series, "We're here."
Yeah.
I'm not quiet. I just
No?
don't like the spotlight.
And
that-
for every single one of those reasons, Jaime,
Team Jara.
you deserve to be the second trans spotlight of joy because you bring so much joy to so many. You help so many others find their voice. You help me find my voice.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the video that I made for you. Finding this song was everything that I wanted to say in a way that I couldn't even say it. I think you know by now how much I love you, how much I love
Yes.
both of you, how much I respect both of you. And again, I'm just gonna play the video.
My friend, I know you don't like when the spotlight is on you. But please, if you would, sit back, relax, and close your eyes if you need to. 'Cause I'm gonna take a moment to say what I know is true. Not everyone can change the world.
Trans magic.
There are people who do. So thank
made
you
that sign.
for living life with love. Thank you for lifting people up. Thank you for all the good you have done. You made a difference. You have known loss, you have known wins. From start to end, you've stayed humble. You've been a good leader, you've been a good friend, and picked people up when they've stumbled. You go about your days not seeking any fanfare or fame, but every star you're reaching is helping the light.
That's the crowd.
That's the crowd my friend spoke
Thank you
to.
for living life with love. Thank you
See that? Look at that.
Living life with love. Thank you for lifting people up. Thank you for all the good you have done. You've made a difference.
You're such a fancy picture of me. I love that picture.
I love that picture of you too.
This is
I
on my wall
love
behind
it.
us. It's one of my favorite pictures of all of us. So yeah.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Wasn't expecting it, and
Jamie.
No, if you were expecting it, you wouldn't have shown up on the show.
Yeah,
I probably
you would have had a
wouldn't.
sudden PTA meeting or something.
Yeah,
You would have had some kind of online conference you were supposed to be doing.
I was on an online conference, but I still showed up, bitch.
I know. I wasn't going to rat you out though. Because you're fucking amazing. You're a fucking multitasker that I've never seen.
I'm
see,
good at
yeah.
multitasking, but I love how John's saying Jamie was wearing colors. Oh shit! Mic drop.
So
Back to my black again. Oh shit! We gotta end this because I gotta go to bed.
I know.
Thank you,
Look at-
Amy.
It's not our longest show by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh.
We did good.
It is one of the most
We
important
did.
ones we've ever done, and I'm sorry. We put ourselves out there at the beginning of this show because we both have unique stories. We all have unique stories. The three of us are as different could be, and yet we have intersections that unite us in ways that we will always be family until the very end.
100%.
And the beauty is we watched you and we were so happy to watch you and listen to that crowd and be there to support you, because when one of us rise, we all rise. And we're never going to let you fall. And so we needed to give you your show to honor you for a moment, because you are the one who deals with all of the usual mom pulled in a million directions, teacher pulled in a million directions, department head pulled in a million directions, wife pulled in a million directions.
I feel like I
Daughter.
have a lot of titles. I have a lot
Family,
of titles.
yeah.
Shit.
Damn straight, woman. We don't know how you do it.
Nope.
And we deal
I don't
with,
either. I just
deal
fucking
with it,
show up.
But we are your support system, and we love you. And I want you to take a look. I know most people can't see it. Lisa
love
put
it.
together my wall of inspiration. It was supposed to be women that inspired me growing up, and there were a lot of them, but instead it became my wall of joy. And there, most of those pictures up there are of the three of us in the short time we've been together, because that shit means more to me than 53 years of anything else. So my
And
heart
all we
and my
have
love.
is memories to build.
Yeah.
Yes.
That, and I got plenty of wall. I got
Yes,
plenty
you
of
do.
wall.
You need
we're
it
gonna
because
fill
we're
it
going
up.
to be.
Office.
We got Halloween on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
Holy
we have
shit.
to talk about Halloween and the cake that I'm going to bake at some point in my multitasking life. I'm going
Yes,
to bake it.
and on top of all that we just did, where we had to have a slide presentation to go over all of what Jamie does in a day. She's gonna bake a fucking custom cake.
Shit.
It's gonna be amazing. I'm quite certain, and I'm gonna, not. I'm making chili. I'm like, seriously, and not
chili.
even with meat. It is meatless chili because of my vegan vegetarian friends. Because, well, yes, Amy, if there is some vegan liquor you like, I'm having a hard time with the vegan liquor.
I think Jackson is single-handedly showing up for the fucking chili bar. Just letting you know.
Yes!
He's already he got a costume. Like he's ready to go. Like,
Oh, I
Jackson
am
is
so
like
excited.
so excited.
I
Okay.
was setting it up and everything on the table, so I'm so
We invited
excited.
Jaden, but like I don't know if he's gonna come. He's
I-
kind
I-
of
Yeah,
like
I know.
I
He's
have
what,
to say-
senior
17?
moments.
I have to say, at the Trans Youth Rally in March,
Yeah.
I asked Dempsey if she wanted to learn how to VJ, and she's like,
Ah, yeah.
"What?" And I'm like, "Well, music videos." She's like, "What's a music video?"
Yeah.
And
She didn't say it
ironically,
as nice as that, but
yeah,
yeah.
ironically,
Yeah.
she's now might be doing something in that vein. So at least we get to teach her finally what a music fucking video is.
I know.
I
And
guess
you know
if she's
what?
going to be in one, she'll know what one is then.
I have been called a horrible mom for so many reasons. Probably what takes the cake is I have not shown my fucking child the music video.
Oh,
And that's the mic drop moment. Oh
Yes.
my God.
and we're out.
I love you both with everything
you.
that I am, and I
Love
will see you in a
you.
few days. Everybody, if you haven't RSVP'd to the party, do it now. Show the fuck up. We are going to have
Yes.
a good time. No drama. We are going to dance.
No.
It is all fun. You're leaving the drama at the door. If you do not, I'm giving you a fucking dunce cap. And if you do not believe it, I literally have fucking dunce caps and I will shame the fucking piss out of you. It's only joy. Only bring joy to me.
Yep, it's only joy. So I'm just gonna dump it at this point in time.
Yes.
Join our social media, livingoutloud.com. We are on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere. Livingoutloud.com. We'll be hosting the live event with voting for the costume contest.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because I dropped.
I'm bringing it, bitches. I better
Because
win.
somebody promised it before. I'm like, well, I guess I better figure out how the fuck to do that.
Guess I learned that when you just promise things, then people have to do them. That's called supervising.
All right, let's cut this. I gotta go to bed. Let's cut it.
Good night,
Love
everybody.
you both.
We'll see you in a
Great.
couple of days.